Greetings, pro wrestling fans, and thank you for joining us at the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. I'm Nick, and I'm sitting here with
Bobby Caldwell.
Whoa, I thought the names were done.
They're done. I'm just fucking around. It's me, Donovan. And I'm just back. Got overexcited, you know.
Oh, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, man.
We rolled it solo last week, Nick solo. You know, what'd you think? How was it?
I liked it. It was good. It was like I was listening to, you know, a different show. It was cool.
It's good to get some feedback, but
Yeah, man.
thank you guys for checking out the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. This is the Roundtable, episode 41.
41.
Doing all right, 41, you know.
Getting up there.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't already, hit us up on Instagram and Twitter at PWLookback. You can send us an email, prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com. Head over to iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. We'd appreciate that over there. Hit the 5 stars as well. We'd appreciate that. All that good stuff. What else, Don?
Get yourself a tee. Maybe a backpack in the near future.
Hey, I want to make a backpack. That's what I was saying last week. teespring.com/prowrestlinglookback. If you want as well, hit us up on Twitter at Salsa, SCELSA is where you can get mine.
At JustDon44. Almost forgot for a second.
There you go. Turn into Tanner on me.
Yeah.
And at ZJVY for Younger.
He's missing.
Yes, we need him. Where are you, Younger? Let me know.
Yeah.
We need you back. In the meantime, we got a bunch to talk about this week. Toronto Raptors playoff push.
Yeah.
UFC 236.
Yes.
238.
38.
The Saudi Arabia show. Blood Money 3. I'm stealing that name from Wade Keller.
Super shit down.
That works too. Yeah, that works. I was in Montreal on the weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Nice.
I don't know where else to start, though. I guess we'll talk about some New Japan Dominion show as well. Maybe some Raw and SmackDown highlights and whatever else we get up to. But might as well start with the Raptors. Big game tonight.
Yeah.
Well, last night for anybody listening.
If you're listening, we are the NBA champions.
Yeah, let's
Of
fucking
2019.
Let's hope so, man. It's a big game tonight. We're recording before the game takes place, and the show will drop after the game takes place. So we're wishing them some luck.
And
in that game 6 tonight over in California, Golden State. Question.
Yeah. Here we go.
This might be stupid. We might have some laughing listeners here.
It's okay.
Golden State is the Bay Area, San Francisco, no?
Yes.
Like, that is the Golden? That's...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. West side.
Maybe not. I hyped that up more than I maybe needed to, but...
They're, the interesting thing is tonight will be the last game in that arena, right? The Oracle. They're getting a new arena. Yeah, they're getting a new arena.
Oh, really?
So...
I didn't know that.
I don't know, man. And all my superstition is like...
What, you want to go there and win a championship, be the last thing to ever happen?
Well, no, I kind of
arena?
feel like they might win and, you know, it's their last game. They want to go out strong.
Bring it back to Toronto for Game 7? Ooh.
I hope not.
I don't know. The last game was fuck, man. I don't know what they were thinking down in there at the very end of the game. And I'm not a big basketball guy, but I don't think we always need to shoot for the threes.
I was in the belly of the beast.
Yeah, you were down in the
for
city.
The listeners, yeah.
In the outskirts of Jurassic Park and World.
Yeah, it was...
Fuck, you might as well call Canada Jurassic World right now.
Yeah. Give us that.
Yeah.
But, man, it was fun down there. It was
If that
crazy.
pops off, I'm taking credit for that, by
What's
the way.
this?
I'm going to use
Jurassic
this clip.
World?
Yeah. Anyway.
We want...
Like, if we win the championship and everybody starts calling Canada Jurassic World, I want some cred.
That's it.
Yeah.
But no, it was quite the scene, you know. Being down there was fun. Getting to see everyone in all their glory and their jerseys and the, you know, running around and crazy lineups outside of bars and.
Yeah, wildness. I can imagine a lot of red, a lot of policemen, and a lot of barricades.
But they should they should have a thing in the square, you know, like down by the Eaton Center, like the big.
Oh, the Dundas Square.
Yeah, man. Like
that's like our version of Times Square. So
yes.
yeah, that's kind of that. They don't do nothing up there.
No,
I guess they keep it all down by the arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I can't see why they wouldn't.
I was talking about it.
Maybe they don't have enough people. Like staff. Like maybe all the policemen and security guards and fucking barricades and everything are down at, you know, Raptors Way or whatever it's called now, Maple Leaf Square. I seen the Raptors Way sign yesterday. I'm not really sure what that means, but I don't know. Pretty cool.
If the championship was won, that area will be crazy.
Oh, it'll be insane. The whole city's going to be fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, good luck tonight, and hopefully the championship comes back to Toronto.
It's here.
And not Game 7.
It's here.
Yeah, like Don said. You want to get into some UFC before we dive too deep into the pro wrestling and any racing stuff?
Pro wrestling.
Any racing stuff that I get into?
Yeah, man. I watched
238. I heard it was
238.
The knockout show.
The knockout show. It was a good card, man. It was one of those ones going into it. I knew like the top 3 fights were going to be dope. All high-profile names in the top 3 fights.
Yeah.
I heard the rest of the card was pretty good, too. I didn't see all of it. I caught, like, the main card, so the top 5 fights. But I'm really only going to talk about the top 3 fights.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway.
Which is, well, I mean, this isn't a UFC pod. Well, it's kind of everything now. I feel like we've meshed this roundtable. If you want just wrestling, the LookBack Show.
Yeah, go listen
plenty
to one
LookBack
of those.
shows, plenty of championship LookBack shows, but
yeah, more to come.
The roundtable is going to be transitioning more into us talking about everything.
Everything. If you like it, then keep listening, and if you don't,
tell your friends. Maybe they might.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say go fuck yourself, but no, tell your friends. That's a better.
Maybe they
way.
will. Spread the love.
So yeah, this.
Just hit the subscribe button. That's all we really, like if you hit subscribe and maybe never even listen, that's, at least we got you on the subscribe.
Give us 5 stars. We're good with that.
Yeah.
But no, man. So the lightweight fight that took place, it was the 3rd fight down on the main card there. Tony Ferguson against Cowboy Donald Cerrone, who you probably know Cowboy just by name, maybe?
A little bit, not really, no. Yeah. I don't know. I like that he's got a name. It's very
and
pro wrestling.
He's got a gimmick.
Yeah, he's got exactly.
Yeah.
I like that. I can appreciate that in UFC.
He comes out to Kid Rock, Cowboy.
Oh, that's awesome.
He rocks the hat all the time. He's got his thing.
Kid Rock, the one man to be in every genre of music.
Yeah, seriously.
I think he's got an album in every genre. That's where the HMV knowledge is coming back.
So, man, this going into it was like a high fucking profiled fight just because these two guys both. So this is in the 155 division.
Yeah, I was just about to ask what are the weights there.
Khabib, Conor McGregor, that class of guys.
I see.
Tony Ferguson I don't think this guy's lost a fight since fucking, like, the last time he lost a fight, GSP was he was a champion. Anderson Silva was in the UFC. Women didn't even fight in the UFC the last time this guy lost a fight.
What?
Yeah, like he's the man. He's the uncrowned king in my opinion. And I think if he gets the shot that he deserves, he'll be taking that gold.
I am the game!
Yeah, man.
So he's the game is what you're saying, basically.
Not quite, but
Oh, yeah.
And he trains jiu-jitsu with your boy Eddie Bravo too.
Oh.
You might have heard him kind of talk about him a little bit on the.
Yeah. Look into it for sure.
Nonetheless, though, this fight was right over him. Sorry.
Look into it. Anyway,
we're just having fun. Amazing fight going into it, but kind of lackluster honestly on the stoppage. It was stopped in the 2nd round because fucking Cowboy couldn't open his eye anymore, man.
Okay, then I saw a picture of that on Instagram with the guy's eye completely shut. I just didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
So that answers your question as far as me knowing who he was. But so what happened? Taking a bunch of right hand or left handers to the fucking jabs or what?
Tony was jabbing away. He likes to throw elbows too, man. I don't know if he got any elbows in this one, but a lot of just jabs. He was slowly picking away. And sure enough, Cowboy went to like blow his nose. His nose was probably broken.
Yeah.
He went to like blow his nose to kind of clear the blood, and then his eye just swelled right the fuck.
Oh, right when he blew it. What?
Well, it was already fucked up, but just even more, and then he couldn't open it, and he was there, and he's trying to open it, and he's like, "Fuck!" He's like, "No, let me fight."
They don't let you fight if your eye is completely shut.
Yeah.
What about they can't pull some Rocky Balboa shit and just cut that shit
open? No, it was so
open
bad, though. Like,
let the pus just flow. No,
obviously
not.
If it was like a little bit less, but no, it was like fucking...
I seen a picture. Yeah, no, I understand. I just didn't know that was something like no matter what, they stopped the fight. But, I mean, head trauma, you gotta...
Yeah.
You gotta, I mean...
There was controversy, too, because when the bell went at the end of the round, Tony got off another shot and hit him right in the nose. And if that was just a little bit over and hit him in the eye, like that fight could have potentially went to Cowboy off of that DQ.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if he had hit him.
But was it an intentional, like the bell rang and he punched him, or was he already kind of coming in for the punch when the
bell
wasn't?
Rang? It was in the heat of the moment. Like, I don't knock Tony for it, and I don't think any like of the other fans or even like the commentators knocked him for it. Like, it happens in the heat of the moment. Sometimes a guy will hit a guy after the bell.
For sure.
And it's more on the ref to be in there too, right away. But if that shot was a little bit over to the left and he hit Cowboy in the eye, like they could have looked at that like, well, you hit him after the bell, like
in the same spot that for the reason that we're stopping the fight.
And then Cowboy could have got the win, so that was kind of fucked up. Nonetheless, though, Tony Ferguson, 25 fight wins, not 25 fight win streak, but I believe it's I want to say 14 in a row. He's on a crazy fucking roll. Like I said, the last time this guy lost.
I was just about to say, so he didn't lose. This is the same. The guy who won is the guy who hadn't,
Yep.
That's crazy when you say that it was before the women were fighting, because that feels like it's been forever at this point. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When was it, roughly? Do you remember, Ronda made her debut?
Well, I want to say,
she was around the first people, no? First women? First person?
Off the top of my head, 2012-ish.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Women fighting in the UFC. I want to say, because I'm thinking of Tony's record, too, so. But yeah, man, it's fucked, because we don't know what's going to happen now. This guy's been shafted, honestly, up to this point. Him and Khabib were supposed to fight a number of times in the past, and it's just, not meant to be. Hopefully not, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Because every time they go to fight, one gets injured or one has to pull out or something goes wrong.
And McGregor's done, right? So he's not going to be obviously fighting this guy.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't see it, but
you never know.
That would be an awesome fucking fight.
Money.
Awesome fight. But I heard with this whole ESPN deal, they can only have title fights in the main event of pay-per-views, and that's the whole issue they're having with McGregor now too. Because he wants to be a main event, obviously.
Yeah.
And be paid a main event slot.
Oh, and you can't put a main event that isn't for a title?
On a pay-per-view.
And he obviously wants to be paid, so he wants to be on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's quite the sticky scenario.
So it's kind of fucked up, yeah.
Yeah. What were the other... You said there was 3 matches you want to get to.
Yes, sorry. I'll get to the next there. So we had the women's flyweight title.
I call them matches. I guess fights is what they are.
Yeah. Women's flyweight title. Valentina Shevchenko defending her title against Jessica Ai.
And speaking... How long did this go?
This was stopped in round 2, 26 seconds into round 2.
Yeah, so I seen a video. I seen 2 different videos. I seen footage of the actual fight.
Yep.
Footage, but just in another language, so there was no commentary.
Mm-hmm.
And then I seen a video of a guy in the crowd. Holy fuck. If nobody's seen this, and maybe there's some pro wrestling fans that are listening that, maybe aren't UFC fans, or I'm sure you probably heard of, what happened, but go and watch this KO because she absolutely kicks this fucking chick's head off. And, I didn't watch it, but from what I gather and what I heard, she was knocked out for, 4 to 5 minutes,
5 minutes
in the middle of the ring, to the point where they weren't showing her on TV anymore.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. That's like some shit when I watch a race and there's a major crash and they're not showing the guy being pulled out of the car because they don't know, they don't know the scenario. Mm-hmm. So they don't want to put it on TV. That's fucking wild.
Oh, yeah. It was one of the nastiest KOs I've ever seen, and I've seen some crazy ones, man. I got up and I was like, oh, shit. I was running around.
Yeah, when I seen it in slow-mo, holy fuck. So it was a left head kick to basically... Honestly, you know what I think happened? I think her ankle bone, I guess her ankle, the bone that sticks out of the left side of your ankle... Mm-hmm. I think that probably just smoked the chick right in the temple. And you just get an ankle in the temple and you're fucked. Yeah. Because it was the side, it wasn't full, you know what I mean? It wasn't the top of her foot fully. It was kind of the side of her foot. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I just I felt bad for the chick, but that's fighting. This is what it is. But what was it like watching it live?
Insane. I'm telling you.
The aftermath, what was it like for that 5 to 10 minutes? Post her getting knocked out.
So it was about 5 minutes. It went by. They were showing Shevchenko in her corner, and she was kind of shaking over hands of the other team, bowing to them, saying respect for the fight.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't ignorant about it. Most people aren't in those situations.
No, definitely not.
But this was a mismatch, man. Even
really?
Rogan
did she beat her up the first round? What are the names again? I remember there was a blonde chick.
That's Shevchenko. She's the defending champion.
Okay.
And Jessica Ai was the brunette who lost.
And she was a challenger, obviously.
Yeah, but it's just stylistically, even Rogan said it on the commentary as Shevchenko was entering the cage. She's he was saying dude, she is one of the best fighters on the planet. Not just men and women, but she is legit.
Wow.
She's a legit badass.
Was she Russian? Where's she from? If you don't know, it's okay.
I don't want to mispronounce it, but no, she's not Russian. She's from some other... Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know exactly, but...
I hear you. Okay.
Dude, crazy knockout. Wicked fight. And she kind of set it up the whole time, man. She was kind of aiming for the body, getting Jessica Ai to kind of protect the body.
And waiting for the head to open up.
Just to go for the headshot.
And wow. So it was meticulous. It wasn't just a lucky quick kick that caught her. You know what I mean? I mean, it was, but you know what I mean? She planned it out.
Yeah.
Wow. So good for her. Good for...
Shevchenko.
Yeah.
Defending champ.
The old round of applause.
I'd like to see her and Amanda Nunes fight again because they fought before, and Shevchenko lost by a decision. But a lot of people said that she probably won. So yeah.
And Nunes is the champ, right?
In another division, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she went up a division, or this girl came down?
Shevchenko went down and won the title in the smaller weight class. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then in the main event, we had Henry Cejudo versus Marlon Moraes. And this was for the vacant bantamweight
That sounds like
title.
a wrestling match from 1955.
What, Henry Cejudo and Marlon Moraes?
We're here at the live from the county place with Henry Cejudo and Marlon. I don't know. It just sounds very. I don't know. I'm not trying to chirp these guys. The way you said that, I was like, huh. Sounds like a wrestling match.
Henry Cejudo's a motherfucker of all motherfuckers. He's badass.
So what's the weight? Yeah, I'm not trying to chirp you there, Henry.
No.
You're listening, but
shout out to Nikki Bella. That's Henry. You know Henry.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So he's not. Well, how big are these guys?
They're tiny, dude. They're 135.
Woo! This is my weight class.
Yeah, woo woo.
So I could fight these guys and get absolutely fucking shit canned. But yeah, these guys are the same weight as myself.
Nice. All right. You're in the bantamweight.
Yeah. Hey, it works out for karting and racing.
Oh yeah.
Fighting.
Maybe.
You got to train well.
Yeah. But so this was for the vacant, and I forgot this, man. Going into it, I remember I was watching the countdown. And I'm like, oh shit, I thought this was for Cejudo's title, because he has a title in a lower division, the flyweight division.
Okay.
Which he won from Mighty Mouse, who was the only champion ever until Cejudo beat him. So he already made some history there. So he was looking to make some history again, being that he already defended this title against TJ Dillashaw, knocked him out in fucking, I don't know, 26 seconds, like a minute, less than a minute. And when they fought, TJ got popped for steroids. He's out. He had to vacate his title. So this was for the vacant title.
For TJ's title.
And the guy he was fighting was no fucking joke either, man. He was I don't want to say an up and comer, but he was like one of the guys from another organization who was like highly praised before coming to the UFC. People wanted to see what he could do over here. He came over here and started knocking motherfuckers out, submitting motherfuckers, kicking ass. He's got a 22 wins and 6 losses, 1 no contest fight. So he's got a good.
Yeah, that seems pretty legit.
Yeah.
So how'd the fight go? So
very, very interesting. Henry comes into it, and he's wearing these two. His ankles are kind of taped.
Okay.
Which you don't commonly see unless a guy has an injury. And I said it right away. I'm like, man, something's wrong with one of his legs, one of his foot. Like something's wrong.
So that's why you would tape both of them.
To mask it.
Yeah.
Right. So, but you couldn't tell. Like,
I never would have thought of that till you said it.
Yeah.
But that makes a lot of sense as far as why you would tape both, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, rather than have the one just be a target for a guy.
Exactly.
Right?
No, because it is, and I mean it's fair game.
Yeah. So what happened? Yeah, first round, I want to say Marlon was kind of taking it to Henry. You know, not like overly kicking the shit out of him, but Marlon definitely won round 1. Henry comes back in round 2 and starts just throwing bombs, really doing damage. And I gotta add this in too. Henry Cejudo is a fucking Olympic gold medalist, like in wrestling.
In wrestling.
So he's like, and he wasn't trying to take this guy down and wrestle the shit, Khabib him or DC him. He was going in there for the knockout. So.
Shit. Sorry, I was kind of nodding along there. Yeah, no. Caught up in the story.
He ended up getting the stoppage in round 3.
Wow.
So yeah, man, it was quite the fight. It was because he.
Was the crowd into it? Was it?
Yeah. Oh hell yeah! I think Henry is slowly becoming a star.
Okay.
Without a lot of character, more just off of kicking ass and doing the unthinkable and beating Mighty Mouse, who was like undefeated, beating TJ Dillashaw. That's true. And now beating Marlon Moraes, who like I want to say Henry was like always a kind of an underdog.
So now he's a champ.
Double champ.
Oh, I seen the picture then. I seen that online. A picture. So if I missed that, what was the other championship that he had?
The other championship is the one that he beat Mighty Mouse for, the flyweight title.
Oh, okay, so which is even lower?
Yep.
So like 125?
Yeah, so he usually fights at 125. So that's the other thing.
How many fucking weight? Like, do they really need a new weight division for 10 fucking pounds?
Yeah, that's another story for another day. But I hear you.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like 10 pounds, you should be able to fight the same guy who weighs 10 pounds more than you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's got 10 pounds on me, man. I can't fight him.
Height and shit sometimes, like...
For sure.
Marlon Moraes is naturally like a bigger dude than Henry Cejudo. So that was like, me going into it, I was like, fuck, I don't know. Henry's going up. He's fighting in a weight class that he hasn't had to fight at before.
But he won.
So, yeah.
So is that picture that I think you sent it to us on the group of the 4 double champs?
Yeah.
Is that the first or the only 4? Sorry.
No, Amanda Nunes wasn't in there, which was funny to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not WWE, man. They don't treat the women quite.
That's not true.
Equal
No, that's not true.
It's not. They're not there yet. You know? They got to start doing Saudi shows. And
they did the first women's main event.
They got to do pay-per-views with all women.
Ronda was main event.
Yeah. No, I'm just fucking around.
I know.
Come on, play with me here. You know.
Sorry.
But yeah, it sounded like a good card and probably more UFC talk than we've ever done on the roundtable. Pretty cool to get into it. I like it.
Yeah. Coming up next is a fucking big one, though. My boy John Jones.
239?
Huge.
Is it 239? I don't know how that works.
Yes, 239. That is correct. And Amanda Nunes fighting that night as well. And, Ben Askren, Luke Rockhold. Stacked motherfucking card. I know you don't know these guys, but to anybody who does,
hit up Donovan and
I'm jacked.
Let us know what you think, too.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. It would be nice. You know, I've been loving the new listenership we've been getting that's kind of outside of Canada. I see little, even if it's just 1 or 2 listens, downloads here and there. I like to see that pop up. It's cool. But yeah, get in contact with us. We'd always appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Not to make Donovan talk too much this week since I talked so much last week, but why don't you give me the gist of this New Japan Dominion show?
Oh, my Sunday fucking afternoon special.
Yeah, because I'm going to get into the Formula 1 stuff and my weekend and all that, but I'll do it all. I'll probably do it all in the Formula 1 update. I was going to talk about it at the beginning and we didn't get there, so
here we
are now.
Did you watch? You didn't watch the Dominion show, right?
I did not.
But you've seen like pics and clips.
Minimal. I seen the clip of the German suplex head fucking snapping craziness, and then I listened to a show where they kind of broke it down, but I still.
Nice. I'd like to.
But yeah, I don't know. I can point that your direction after we're done recording, but I'm kind of curious of your thoughts, and then. I don't know, just the stuff that came out of that, I guess.
So obviously I didn't watch it live, but I watched it on Sunday afternoon. I think it aired like probably late Saturday night type of thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't get any spoilers, which was nice. Going into it, I stayed offline, as I usually do with these shows. Opened up, first match, guess who's coming out? John motherfucking Moxley.
Really?
Yeah, opening match. I was just like, oh, this is sick.
I seen a picture of him in the crowd with his belt,
yeah,
and his arms out. Was that how is he making his entrance through the crowd?
Yeah, he was coming through the crowd. His hair seemed to be a little kind of spiked, wet water. He was just had his jacket, came out through the
leather
crowd,
jacket,
Shield style.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I feel like every time he's come out now has been through the crowd, Shield style.
Which is cool for him to bring to New Japan because they don't have any guys who do that. So
no,
it's a nice little thing.
And it makes sense because it's him too, right?
And then I didn't even think about this after. He was fighting a young boy, but I think it was the young boy that he kind of threw around after the match he had with Juice. Which would make sense. I mean, I don't know this for sure, but
you told me about that. I forgot that happened. But
that would make sense.
You did tell me that he... I'm surprised they didn't throw, what's his face in there? Is he not in New Japan?
Who's this?
Jungle Boy.
No, he's not.
No, he's just signed with AEW?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so I don't know. We don't really... I don't want to go through the whole card.
No, I didn't watch it. I'm not going to go match for match.
More just like, what are your 4 or 5 major points to stick out from that?
I want to talk about this for a sec. Just so Mox, he was in there. It was a quick match. Obviously, Moxley got the win. 2-0 New Japan. But I just love the style, man. Like, you can tell this guy's having fun. You can tell he gives a fuck. He's hitting hard. He's, you know what I mean? He's laying shit in. Physically, he's, we've already seen the fucking improvement when he came back in the WWE. But I just love it, man. You can tell the guy, he's fully into it. Like, unlike some of his WWE stuff where it was sometimes half-ass, I want to say.
He's committed and he's... Well, it's because I think he's allowed to make some of these decisions that are being made backstage or with his character and promos and all that kind of stuff. I think it's just going to create an environment where he's more happy, and then that's going to show in his work.
And I guess, in the strong style, New Japan style, like, you got to give it back. And I love C&D and just give it back, too.
Yeah,
so
that I might want to watch more just to see how different his style is in New Japan than what it was.
Yeah. Because
we're not getting any of that more of that bouncy off the ropes bullshit, right?
No, fuck no.
Good.
He was throwing elbows, throwing fists. And
Good.
biting juice.
I like the gear. Yeah, I like the gear change though too.
Me too.
It's a nice, and he's got kind of barbed wire on it.
Yep.
Like so it's not fully like wrestler, but it's not jeans and a fucking tank top either.
And he wears the wrestling shoes, not even the boots.
Yeah, that's true. Which I think works better with the trunks that he chose.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that was cool. Opening to the show. I didn't watch all of it, but I watched everything that I wanted to. So I also caught the match for the tag belts, which was God versus Evil and Sonata. That's always good chemistry of guys.
Yeah, I feel like that's like
Younger's dream match.
Well, that too. Yeah, shout out to Younger, but no, more. I was gonna say like who's just like Old Faithful in WWE? You're always gonna like Revival and
they're like
American Alpha,
Edge and the Hardys,
you know what I mean?
or
Or yeah,
like one of them classics.
I'm thinking more current, but yeah, totally. Two teams that you're going to get a good match out of them, and they already have great chemistry.
New Day and Usos.
Yeah, that's a great example. There you go. That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. But yeah, man, good shit. God picking up the win with the pull of the tights, underhanded victory, which I like, keeping the heel-ness to it.
Yeah.
Evil and Sonata, the crowd was into them. I like God was kind of trying to play to the crowd, but then they added their whole like heel tactics back into it, so that was cool. I like the fact that they didn't stay completely just like, oh, cheer for us because we're cool.
Did they win?
They did. They retained.
They kept their belts.
I
figured they would have, to be completely honest, but
yeah.
I couldn't remember that one. That's why I was double checking.
Hideo Itami, aka Kenta,
made his debut. I saw that he was wearing a t-shirt. Me and you talked about this on the phone. He was wearing the t-shirt that said Takeover.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to him for that. Fuck.
And he announced that he wants in the G1, which I love too.
Is New Japan somewhere he was already before?
Yeah.
Or was it?
He was there
for sure. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure if he was one of those guys like Neville, right? That was in Japan but not in New Japan.
Dragon Gate,
or All Japan or a different company.
No, I believe he's done work in New Japan, Dragon Gate, ROH too.
Okay, he's been all over.
He was back. Announced that he wants in the G1. I forgot to mention also Dean Ambrose promo after his match said he wants in the G1 as well.
That's wild.
It's looking stacked already.
I knew about that too. Because I had heard that Dean Ambrose wanted. I didn't know how he did it. Like I wasn't sure if it was a promo.
Yeah.
Excuse me, or a promo video after or later in the night.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Hideo because pulling it out for you here right now, Don.
Oh, the shoulder, yes.
We got matching scars.
You
me and Hideo. Yeah. So I've always kind of liked him for that. I mean, we gave him the grills one time on the show, but that was because he was slacking, and we could tell. I can already tell that this guy looks in better shape.
Yeah.
Than the later runs there in WWE, and he was never really given the proper chance.
Yeah,
and he always was injury ridden at times. I can't say he was never really given the proper chance because I mean, he won the what was it, the Andre the Giant, or not won? He won a tournament to get into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So he was definitely a guy in 2015, at least, that Triple H and NXT were looking to be some sort of future star, but the injuries and everything just made it not work out.
I think he's a case of just bad timing, man. Like it happens with some guys sometimes, just bad timing.
Yeah. Well, the injuries. That's If he didn't get hurt at the times that he got hurt, who's to say that he wouldn't have been something?
Exactly.
But at the same time, not to compare them too much because they're both Japanese, but look at somebody like Shinsuke Nakamura and the charisma and wrestling ability that he has compared to maybe the lack of charisma and wrestling ability that Hideo has. And Hideo's got the wrestling ability. I just mean he doesn't have the character charisma that Shinsuke has. And look what they've done with Shinsuke. And WWE is more of a character charisma place. So if they can't find something for Shinsuke, then I don't blame him for not even being able to find something for
I don't know if that's the case, though. I have a question for you after about Shinsuke, actually. We'll talk about that later in the show.
We can get to it now. Might as well. I
Yeah?
don't know if it'll come up.
It might get long. I'm gonna make a note of it and ask you later in the show.
Okay, all right. Keep going forward with the Dominion.
So I love the Intercontinental title match. It was my boy Kota Ibushi, one of my favorites, defending his title against Salsa's boy Naito.
Yeah.
And this was...
I'm doing the eye thing right now, looking at you, pulling my eye apart. Nobody can see.
This was another one of those, man, where it's just you know what you're getting.
Yep. These two have wrestled each other. They know they want to beat the fuck out of each other, which I think we should talk about this a little bit, Don.
Yeah.
Is it too much?
What?
Between them and some of the stuff that New Japan does? Because I think it is.
What?
I think there's a certain point where it's... I feel like some
repetitive?
of this. No, not at all. I just feel like some of this stuff like people go crazy for and think is so cool only because of how dangerous it is and because of how much people are getting hurt. And it's just like maybe we don't need that. Maybe it's because I'm so much into racing and other things that like spend so much of their time focusing on like how to make sure people don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes in pro wrestling currently in 2019 to have the best match or the best story or the best thing, a lot of people focus on like serious injuries and not like people getting injured, but I mean like doing something in a match that's like, oh my God, they just did that. Like I can't believe they did that move that's so dangerous.
Yeah,
I almost feel like there's too much of that in non-WWE just because I don't want to say like the indie marks, but that's just what people get off on. They fucking like that. They see that kind of shit and they're like, fuck yeah, those guys go hard, man. They fucking, and I don't mean it to be like bad on those fans. I just think like that this shouldn't be the only thing that gets us going.
Not necessarily, but I definitely enjoy the physicality of the punches and the kicks a lot more than WWE.
For sure.
Like I don't look at that. I know what you mean, more of the high spots and the crazy. Like, for example, the suplex on the on the apron.
Yeah, and obviously I'm talking about it because of something like that happened, but I just feel like that's what makes people go crazy for wrestling, and that it's not going to last. So it's something that where I hope independent wrestling has something else in mind, because that shit ain't going to last. Look at other sports, look at other forms of everything. Look at football. You know what I mean? Like head trauma and this kind of shit matters nowadays.
But I don't look at it like that, because I think there's a time and a place for it, and it's not like and not to like trash on them or whatever, but it's not like it wasn't Young Bucks just like go.
It's more like the moves that they're, and I know what you're getting at, and I don't want to get into like an argument either. It's more like the moves that are banned in WWE.
No, I hear you. Like if a guy does a fucking 450 off a 20-foot ladder, it's like where's he gonna go next? Off a fucking crane? I know what you mean. Like if we keep pushing the boundaries of these crazy high spots, like where are we gonna be 20 years from now?
Yes, yeah.
In a sense.
Kind of, yeah. And it's more the injury stuff that gets like it's when we see somebody actually get hurt, and that's what makes us happy. It's like that to me isn't my correlation with pro wrestling.
You see, but I didn't look at this. It wasn't an injury. I mean, because we could look at the Goldberg situation on the other hand.
No, that's
like,
totally. You know totally. I mean? That's the scenario where WWE fucks up.
Yeah.
And they make people do shit that they shouldn't be doing. I'm saying I think we should give WWE more credit for holding back on a lot of moves that aren't allowed. Like maybe they're allowed to do the Canadian Destroyer
or like
now.
A pile driver.
Exactly. Like I think WWE should be given more credit for not allowing wrestlers to do moves as much as the indie fans and other people want. Mm-hmm. They should be able to do whatever they want. Yeah. Well, I don't think we should have to be able to do this move that's risking breaking somebody's neck just for entertainment when there's 1,000 other moves that could be done.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like that guy either.
No, I'm
just looking in the future. I'm looking 20 years from now, and I want pro wrestling to exist.
Yeah.
And it's not going to exist with those Germans on the side of the apron smacking off the side of it. You know what I mean? That won't be around in 20 years no matter what, in my opinion. But maybe it will in Japan.
To me, it's like if there's a time and a place for it, I'm okay. Like as long as that's not the whole match. Like that's the shit I don't like when guys are doing finishers the entire match. Like doing F5s and fucking super kicks and fucking FUs and GTS and name your other fucking finishers. You know what I mean?
For sure.
When that's the whole match, like that's what I don't like, because it kills the finish, those moves.
Totally, and I don't like that either. And I think that's more of a like
that's something else, I guess.
Yeah,
too,
that's
right?
more of like the story aspect of the telling of the match, and I'm thinking more from the actual like guys behind the characters.
So
staying safe, but I don't want to get caught on this too.
No. But so to just continue on this point and into the tie into the match as well.
With Kota
to me,
Ibushi,
this is a part of the story because Kota Ibushi is known to have a history of neck issues, and Naito that was a bit of his focus in the match, especially at the point of this move. And when he did the move, truthfully, I thought the guy was fucked.
Do you think that was fully planned? Like the way that it was executed?
I honestly don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, he was okay.
Well, because that's what made me think about this was maybe like this wasn't exactly what they drew up when they planned. Like I'm thinking maybe they planned to be a little more to the left if you've seen the video, and
that's what I thought.
Be more on the ring. You know what I mean? Kind of like a snap German on the apron, not on the edge of the apron. Like it was just risky. Like I said, I don't want to be that guy. I'm just thinking about safety too. And as much as we all love these wrestlers, we want them to be around. How mad or how sad or how bad would it have been if something bad happened to Kota there and he couldn't wrestle anymore?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. But he was okay, so
he was fine, of course.
You know what I mean? I'll pop.
Of course.
I loved it. Like, I thought it was fucking amazing.
I'm still going to go crazy for a 450 off a
20-foot ladder?
Yeah, but...
Off a crane?
But it's just, let's pick our spots.
Yeah. But that's, again, back to the match, I guess. That's what I liked about this match. It wasn't all just, crazy
go, yeah. They told a
shit.
story.
They told their story. They got their point across, and Naito regained the title, so...
Fucking right. Woo!
Yeah, man.
Sorry, I know you're a big Kota guy.
I am. So
I love Naito, so
I'd like to see a rematch down the line, too.
I think we'll get one. I think we will. What's the next big show? That wasn't the main event, was it? The main event was...
No, that wasn't the main event. The main event was the Painmaker himself, Chris Jericho, against the Rainmaker.
Yeah, I heard that he took an L in this one.
Yeah, he did. But he just cracks me up, man.
I think he's taking an L because he's taking a W soon.
Next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's taking that title, man.
I wanted to see the double Jericho. I wanted to see him with the New Japan and the AEW belts.
That would have been wild. Hey, there's still time. You never know, I guess. How did that match go, though? Jericho and
it was typical, I don't want to say typical, but, Jericho, new Jericho style. Very aggressive, very hard-hitting, outside the ring, doing his camera shtick.
Okay. So he stuck to the New Japan Jericho that we know.
Yeah.
Cool. The better version of Triple H, kind of. Is kind of what I'm thinking.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Shut the hell up!
Hey, that was a compliment, Chris.
I like them both. I like them both.
It's just like he does what Triple H tries to do, but kind of a little bit better,
I like them both, man. I like them both.
Bias Don.
I like them both.
Or not bias, non-biased Don. But yeah, so that's it then, I guess. What was the next show? That was what I asked you.
Oh wait, he hit. I wanted to.
Sorry, yeah.
He hit the fucking Judas, man, and he didn't get the. Or no, he went for it, but he didn't hit it.
He missed. I was gonna say that I would have been very surprised if he hit that Judas and we got a kick out, especially because I think he's saving the Judas for the AEW.
Yes.
And they don't want to. You can't have him KOing people in AEW with the Judas and then going over to New Japan and having the New Japan champion kicking out of a move that is KOing people in the main event. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, he went for it, missed, and then we had why is his fucking name slipping my mind?
I'm not sure.
Rainmaker.
Okada.
Yeah, so when I was thinking of the Ibushi match. Sorry, when Okada fucking got
Kazuchika
the win,
Okada.
It was like a roll up kind of like it was a quick one, and then Jericho was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" So then Jericho proceeds to just beat the piss out of him after.
So Jericho was like good to go after the match. Like it was one of those ones where you get pinned and you're like, "What the fuck just happened?"
He gets right on him, and then he had to shove the ref. Jericho grabs a chair. Proceeds to beat him with the chair. Put the chair on his neck. He might be
Hogan. Forget Triple H. Shit.
Put the chair on the neck. He was going to go fuck him up. And then we had Tanahashi come in for the save.
Oh, no. So, Tanahashi and Okada. That's crazy. Like,
Tanahashi
together?
Come in for the save. And then that's a dream match on paper to Jericho Tanahashi. So maybe that's where they're going.
Probably. How crazy would Okada, Tanahashi, and Nakamura be as a stable?
Yeah.
That is the stable.
Coming soon.
To
2020.
Maybe. No, I hope not. Nakamura's still got a good WWE title run in him somewhere.
I'm not forgetting about this conversation because I got a lot of...
Yeah, sorry.
No, with the Nakamura shit, I mean later with the Nakamura shit.
I wrote it down anyway.
Yeah, Jericho scurries out of there, and then how Okada has the money fall in his entrance?
Yeah. I just love that camera shot.
You've seen the clip of him with the money, but he took some of the money, like stuck one down his pants and like put one on his head. And,
it's just Jericho being Jericho. You're the fucking man.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Jericho, you are the man. But yeah, so good Dominion show. It's crazy that it's already been a year, man. I remember watching that Kenny Omega win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship from Okada at Dominion last year when I was in Montreal. This year, didn't really get a chance to.
No, I was just going to say, I heard that the Ospreay match was good, but I didn't catch it. I'm not a huge Ospreay fan, so I just didn't watch it. But I heard it was good.
I heard it was really good too, and I heard that he said, I think we talked about this over the phone as well. I think he said that he's staying in New Japan at least for a little while.
Yeah.
He announced he's not going to be coming over to any other companies. That's good.
No, that's good. Like
it is good for his career.
They need a certain amount of guys over there too. I like Ibushi's there. Like they got some guys. They got some real good guys over there.
Guys that are staying.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, I know. That's a good point. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch this one, so it was cool that we kind of you broke it down for me. And I listened, like I said, I listened to kind of a breakdown show of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, good. But yeah, I was over there in Montreal for the race, and I think it's time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like I said, I was down in Montreal for the weekend. Just went down for one day. Shout out to the boys, Nico and Dan. We had a karting race. It was fucking crazy, 48 hours, man.
Yeah.
So I had karting Saturday morning. It's kind of a shit day. I didn't do so well in my karting. I got fucked over in qualifying, didn't have as many laps, and I was back in 6th, and it was a fun race.
I totally forgot that you raced like before you went.
Yeah, I raced that morning on the Saturday. So, and it was a fun race.
Yeah.
I'll give, I don't know the guy's name, but I'll give him credit. We were fighting the entire fucking time, and if you're there this coming week, don't worry, I'm going to be on you because I'm making my pass this weekend. Not that you're listening, but I'm coming for you. Yeah, so I couldn't make the pass. I had a rough race, so I finished in 5th place, and, you know, a tough one. But anyway, went home, finished packing up all my shit, got all my karting stuff away, and got my stuff ready for Montreal, threw on qualifying, the Grand Prix qualifying, because this weekend, as I'm going to get to in the Formula 1 update, was the Canadian Grand Prix. So I watched the qualifying for that. It was on midday, which was nice, because usually it's on in the morning when
Super early.
When in Europe and stuff.
Yeah. Usually super early, like, what, 6, 5 type of thing?
Well, yeah, sometimes 6. It depends when they're on in, like, Europe. The European races are usually around 8 or 9 in the morning, and then when they go over to Asia, sometimes they're on 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Because it's totally dependent on being on the other side of the world. Mm-hmm. Total off side note. It's super cool when you watch some of them, and it'll be dark here and light there, and then it switches, and you literally are watching the sun on the other side of the TV, and then you're like, oh, now the sun's over here.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
True.
It's the same sun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we jumped on the train. I went home, did all my stuff, packed all my stuff, went to the train station, jumped on the train, met the guys, Nico and Dan, like I said, and we took the train to, fuck, man, this is quite the story. I've been waiting to tell you this.
Okay.
Nothing crazy, but I don't know. So we didn't stay in Montreal.
Yeah.
Montreal. We stayed in, it's kind of like, I guess, outskirts. It's called Dorval. It's a small city outside, like a Scarborough, Toronto type comparison. Yeah. And our hotel there, we got off the train. Our hotel was walking distance, we knew, but it was like 11:30 at night. It was like, we didn't bring sweaters because we knew we were going to the race the next day. So it was kind of cold. Not cold, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
cold, especially for Canada. It's not cold, but
chilly.
Yeah, so we're walking. We finally find this place after a fuck ton of looking around and trying to figure it out because it didn't look like a hotel. This place was like an old apartment building converted into a hotel. So we get inside and there's no lobby, no nothing. It's just like a lobby of like an apartment. And then we walk up. These 2 stairs look exactly the same on either side, like mimicked, mirrored. And we go up the right one. We're like, okay, that's not going anywhere. And then we go up the left one and we're walking and we're like, this is so, bro, it was the creepiest, trippiest thing ever. So we're walking through and we're like, hello? Like, and it's like 11 at night, right? Yeah. So it's not, I'm assuming they're not expecting maybe people to check in so late, but we're like, hello? And we just happened to walk by a door that was open and like my buddy said hello at the same time. And the guy's like, hello? And it's like this guy in there and he's doing his thing, like very beady-eyed guy and up late kind of thing. And we're just like, oh, sorry, man. Like, we were tripping out. Like, didn't know where, like, we were going. He's like, oh, like, you were tripping out? Like, on mushrooms?
What the fuck?
Yeah. And we look at him like, no. Like, we just didn't know where the lobby was. Didn't know what kind of hotel room or what, you know, what. He's like, oh, yeah. Like, I can help you. Like, here. And then he just, like.
Did he work there?
Yeah, but you wouldn't have known that this guy, other than the fact that he was behind this desk that had, like, security cameras that kind of, you know, it would, like, flicker every few seconds. The whole screen would flicker, and it was just off in this little room. Like, it wasn't like a lobby. It was very tiny, and we told Buddy about, you know, the fact that we're going to the race the next morning. We're only gonna be here for a bit. Whatever. My buddy paid, did all this stuff. We asked the guy, like, oh, like, how much you think a cab, or he's like, where are you going? And we're like, to the race. We're like, how much you think a cab will be? He's like, oh, it's gonna be like $100 in the morning. Like, I can drive you.
This guy sounds like a character,
yeah,
man.
Bro. And we're like, what? Okay, maybe. Yeah, we'll talk to you in the morning, buddy. And then, so we go back to the room, and we get to the room, and he's like, it's in the basement. And we're like,
whoa.
We're like, it's in the basement. What do you mean it's in the basement? So we go down. I'm like, it must be down here, and we find it. And it is. It's legit just like an apartment.
Okay.
So we get in the room, and it's like a kitchen straight in front of you, and then a bathroom off to the left, and then a living room, 2 bedrooms with 2 beds. Like, you could have had like 4 buddies and 4 girlfriends and been fine in this hotel. But anyway, so we stayed there. We were there for like 6 hours, but so we were dying for food. Sorry that this is going long. I don't care. This is a cool little tale. But we were trying to find food forever, so everything was closed, and there's nothing around. There's this trippy-ass bar called Duffy's. Okay. Like, right beside, like, a mechanic shop, and, like sharing a parking lot with, like, this mechanic, like Mr. Lube, Jiffy Lube type place. And it was sketchy looking, so we walked past it, like, once or twice looking for Domino's or something, and then it was so weird, man, because it was a McDonald's, but the hotel was, like, on the other side of the highway, and we had to walk, like, under a bridge, or under a tunnel, sorry, to get to that side of the highway from the train station, so it would have been a really far walk. Anyway, we find Domino's, and the fucking place is closed, but there's guys inside making pizza, and the website says that they're open. We're like, what the hell is going on? Is this like some only you got to order it online or something crazy technology shit? Yeah. Needless to say, we go to Tim Hortons, so we end up, after an hour of trying to find shit, we go to Tim Hortons and get bagels, and that was it. Fucking settled for bagels. Fuck, really? Have to get some food at the track in the morning. My buddy Nico got those chicken sandwiches from Timmy.
Those are disgusting, by the way.
Oh, that's perfect for the story. Holy fuck. So Nico gets 2 chicken sandwiches. He sits down. He takes 1 bite, bro. I looked at this guy's face, and I looked over at our buddy Dan. I'm like, oh, man. And Nico's like, I can't. This is fucking disgusting. He's like, I can't eat this. Yeah. Bro, we go outside. He's like, I'm getting my money back. We're like, what? So we want to go back.
$2?
It was like $4. We're like, man, we want to go back and sleep. He's like, no, I'm getting my money back. So we go outside, and he's like, did you hear me yelling? He comes out, and we're like, what? No. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, I want my shit. I give you this bullshit. You're trying to kill me. He freaked on the guy. So shout out to Nico for that. It was awesome. I mean, I felt bad for the guy working, because we went back the next morning and it was the same motherfucking guy working there. So, he was there all fucking night. So Nico didn't get anything, and we walked back to the hotel, and Nico stops at Duffy's.
Okay, yeah.
The bar. I'm like, why don't you go in there and see if you can get some fucking chicken fingers takeout or something? Mm-hmm. So Nico goes in and orders his food, and me and Dan are outside waiting, and it was actually really cool. There was an airport, like, across the street, so a plane took off. Like, it was fucked how close it was in the air, and the guy that I was there with does stuff for airplanes too, so it was cool to talk to him about it. Yeah. But anyway, Nico came out and was waiting with us, and then this is kind of the end of the story, but he goes in and pays. The guy comes out, he's like, oh, I need you to pay. And then Nico goes in and pays, and then he comes back out and stands with us, and we're just chilling. We're doing nothing wrong, just standing there talking to each other, just waiting for the food. And then the guy comes out like 5-10 minutes later, whatever. He's like, oh, here, like, most people would come inside and wait for their food. And then he, like, storms off, and we're like, okay. And I'm just looking at this guy like, why didn't you just leave the food at the bar and wait for us to come in and get it? Yeah. Like, what is the need for you to hand it to me and come out? Like, why didn't you just leave it there? So, I don't know. It was a very strange Duffy's. This place was, I wish I had a picture to show you, man, because it was something. No, it was something.
So was this was considered Montreal where this happened, the Duffy's?
Technically, it's Dorval. So it's kind of like I said, like Scarborough to Toronto, like the outskirts, greater
maybe
area. You can take a cab, it was $45 cab ride.
Was it like grimy kind of? Like,
oh yeah, it was definitely.
Maybe that's why he didn't want to leave the food. Like, not in it, but he was, maybe someone would have took the food and like.
Maybe. Well, I was just thinking, like, the customer has paid for their food at that point. Leave it on the bar. They'll come get it when they're ready. Like, I worked in restaurants for 10 fucking years. It's not rocket science. So shout out to Duffy's and shout out to the Montreal. But I guess I should get to some of the actual Formula One stuff. So basically, we slept in the hotel, went in the morning, $45 cab ride. We were at the track nice and early. As far as pictures and anything go, I was going to post some stuff on the PW LookBack. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Waterbreak Jones.
Yeah, Waterbreak Jones. I'm dying. It was a long story, but there's lots of pictures on my Instagram. Check it out at Salsa, SCELSA, if you want to see some of those. But I guess I'll get to some of the stuff in the race, man. It was controversial like you won't fucking believe, my friend. Shit. This race had a bit of everything. We had, I don't know, I'm going to get to the gist of it, and then I'll talk about, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll talk about the few little things, and then I'll get to the big thing. Mm-hmm. So, Ricciardo racing in for Renault. I'll jump all over. There's just a few little points I wanted to talk about. Daniel Ricciardo, I don't know if you've heard of him. He raced for Red Bull last year, jumped over to Renault.
Yeah, I remember you.
And he's in that Netflix series quite a bit.
Yeah.
He got 4th in qualifying, which is fantastic for Renault, so that was good to see Renault kind of make the jump up to 4th place. Finished in 6th, and then I think his teammate might have been in 7th or 8th.
Okay.
Again, which is just really good for Renault. Probably their best result of the season. So I was happy to see them go forward with that. This next thing. So Kevin Magnussen is a driver for the Haas team, which is an American team.
Okay.
And he crashed going into the Wall of Champions, which is the final turn. I could show you in the game someday. Yeah. But it's a quick kind of right-left. You take it at I want to say 150, 200 kilometers an hour in 4th gear, right up against the wall, and then go into a straightaway. So he clipped the wall, spun around 180, hit the wall on the left side, and then spun again and hit the wall on the right. His teammate was behind him coming in, and they were on. This was in qualifying. So they're all on hot laps trying to set their qualifying pace. And I can't believe I didn't think about this until I was later in the week listening and reading some Formula 1 stuff. And then I read that. I'm like, holy shit, how the fuck did that not cross my mind? Because Roman Grosjean proceeds to come across the finish line, see his teammate in the fucking wall with 2 wheels and the car completely smashed up. And what does he say when he drives across the line? Fuck. He's like, that's our luck, mate. That's our luck, mate. And I didn't think it, and I couldn't believe that I didn't think anything of it at the time, but any time that you see a driver in the wall and another driver drive past him, the first thing you always hear on the microphone is he all right? And this is his fucking teammate, bro. Not even another driver. This is his teammate. Just hit the wall doing 200 spins. He was okay, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that his teammate's okay. For all he knows, he's knocked out in the car. So I couldn't believe for Roman Grosjean. I mean, he's an alright driver. He's been known to crash a little bit here and there, but that was a bit of a dick move. And I just thought that was something worth bringing up on our Formula 1 update for anybody who's not a big Formula 1 fan. It's kind of, like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, and he was pissed because his lap is ruined because he's got to check up and slow down because you obviously can't drive by a crash going full speed. So that was cool for, well, not cool, but you know what I mean? It was cool that they brought it up for me to realize that because I couldn't believe that it didn't cross my mind, but not cool is kind of what I should have said. Lance Stroll, Canadian, not the best fucking driver out there, I gotta be honest. Rich boy, his daddy bought the team, got him on there, and he's a good race car driver. I just don't know if he should have been in Formula 1 for the past 3 years, and that's a whole separate discussion in itself, but he's definitely won everything he can win to get to Formula 1. It's just money gets you places, and he's benefited from that. Okay. But we cheer for him a little bit because he's Canadian, but I'm not a big fan. Either way, he had a fucking amazing race this weekend. He did fantastic. He finished up in 9th place, which is really good for his team. Okay. They're not really expected to finish that high, and then him to get points. I think it was 9th place. It might have even been higher, to be completely honest.
What team is that?
It's called Racing Point. So it was Force India was the team, and then they kind of went under. And his dad, who's a billionaire, bought that team and then renamed it Racing Point, which is kind of just a sponsor. But it's cool. We cheer for them a little bit. I mean, me and my buddies, just because they're a Canadian team. Yeah. But other than that, it is what it is. Yeah. But I just wanted to acknowledge his accomplishment since, it was such a big thing for him, and he's Canadian, obviously, right? Yeah. But yeah, the big one, man, Lewis and Vettel. So the top guys. This is my boy Lewis and Vettel.
Top guys.
Going at it here. And we basically had a race stolen from us, Don. And I'm not super disappointed because my boy Lewis came out with the win. But essentially what happened was Sebastian Vettel was leading the race. There was probably 30 laps left in the race. Pit stops were over with. And it was just a fight. You had Lewis 3-4 seconds behind him, which is not a big gap, maybe 3 seconds. Vettel goes off on turn 4 into the grass a little bit, comes back onto the track, and kind of cuts Lewis off on his way back onto the track. Vettel had nowhere to go. I mean, Lewis is my favorite driver, but I can say it. I mean, the guy went onto the grass doing 200, trying to control his car, doing everything he can to keep the thing straight, gets back onto the circuit, gets a little bit of a snap of oversteer, kind of corrects it, and Vettel got a 5-second time penalty for this. So we would have had Lewis and Vettel battling it out for the last 30 laps of the race. Like this, another thing that I had heard on another show, like this could have been one of the great races of the decade.
Oh, sure.
But with this 5-second time penalty being, put into place, Vettel, obviously, when this happens, so he's in front of Hamilton, but he's got a 5-second time penalty. So Hamilton needs to be either within 5 seconds of him. He doesn't need to pass him to win.
Yeah.
So once that happens, then he's not going to make the risk to try and pass him, because as long as he sticks within 5 seconds of him, then technically he's won the race.
Yeah.
And within the rule book, what they did and what they called with him coming back on a track and claiming that he impeded Lewis's space, and he basically what they said is that he came back onto the track unsafely. In their rule books, I guess what he did, they have to call it the way it is. It's fine. What needs to change is the fucking rule book, man. They need to be allowed to race each other. This is like, I don't know what else to say, in the sense that this is still a sport. They still need to be able to go 100%. And with the amount of safety precautions and procedures in the car nowadays, I think we should be able to allow them to push a little bit more in situations like this. Mm-hmm. And we need to give credit to these drivers too, because I think if this same scenario with Vettel going off and coming back on track happened with two different drivers, or even one different driver, they would have collided. But these are two multi-world champions. Lewis has 5 world titles. Vettel is a 4-time world champion. Yeah. The reason they didn't come together is because they're two of the most talented guys on the grid, and we all would have loved to see Vettel and Lewis fight it out for the last 20 laps of the race and see who can actually win. So, I mean, like I said, I wasn't super disappointed, because obviously my guy won, and it was in the rule books. Everything was done the way that it should be done. It's just, I think we need to take a look at the rule books and maybe decide when and when not we should be giving penalties, because I just think some of the penalties that are being given aren't always justified. They're consistent. I'll give them that. A lot of the time they're consistent, whether that's the popular opinion of, amongst all fans or not. I don't know, because I'm sure Ferrari might not say they're consistent, but either way. So we had, at the end of the race, Vettel goes, he was furious, comes across the line, shaking his finger, no, not this way on the microphone, not this way. Even Lewis kind of just put peace, like he wasn't really selling hard, shaking fists or anything. Yeah. Vettel pulls in to the park area. Sorry if I'm going long here, Don, but Vettel pulls into the park area, and he doesn't want to park his car. He into the podium, the winner's circle area where the top 3 cars go, and he parks his car with everybody else. And Lewis, they released a video later, and Lewis drives up beside him like, "Hey, I'll give you a ride," and he's like, "No." And Vettel goes straight to his fucking media area. He didn't want to take place in any of the podium celebrations. After all that happens, basically one of the managers for Ferrari convinced Vettel, like, you got to go. This is your job. You got to go and do this. So he goes back. I posted the picture or the video on my story, but if you're still curious to go see it, go on the F1 Instagram page, and he walks over to where Lewis's car is, grabs I'm sure you saw it in my story. He grabs the number 1 and puts the number 1 where his car would have been parked, and takes the number 2 and puts it in front of Lewis's car, and then walks away. And I got a few pictures of him like walking away doing it, because I was super close. I got really close. Me and Dan, we lost Nico for a bit, but me and Dan managed to get onto the track and get really close to the podium. So I don't need to talk anymore about that, but like I said, go check out my Instagram if you want to see some pictures. So yeah, it was pretty crazy, and then you go upstairs, and they're in their little quiet room there, and it was super fucking awkward between the two of them, and Lewis is like, "Hey, well, not my decision," and this and that, and then Lewis, again, check my Instagram, but Lewis collects his, I think it's on my Instagram at least, I'm not sure, and he collects the trophy, and holy shit did the crowd boo him, man. It was heel Lewis. It was the heel turn, buddy, because they were not loving him at all, and Vettel said it himself, because Vettel didn't do his interview post-race. They kind of got him once he was collecting his trophy and made him talk, because he didn't talk prior. And he said, don't boo Lewis. You know what I mean? It's not Lewis's fault. It's
like a true baby fan.
Yeah, like a true baby. Because Sebastian, holy shit, like, bro, he walked after, I didn't talk about when he left his area, he walked through the Mercedes garage, which first of all was weird as fuck, because it's like, why is he walking through Mercedes? But he was just taking a shortcut. But when he walked out of that garage and all the fans could see him, the eruption for Sebastian was insane, bro. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. Nice. So all in all, really good weekend. I didn't really get into the normal stuff I do, but I guess Hamilton, 162 points, is in first. Valtteri Bottas with 133, and Vettel now up there in third place with 100 points. Amazing weekend. Shout out again to the boys, Nico and Dan. We'll be doing it next year. Again, like I say every week, if you like the Formula 1 update, send me a DM, and I don't get many DMs, so I'd appreciate it. But I mean about the podcast, though. Well, maybe not just the podcast. The next race is France, the French Grand Prix. I can't really do much of a preview because it's going to be this weekend. The practice will be today if you're listening to the show. So I think it is, at least. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I might actually be wrong on that one. I'm not sure. I got to double check. But the next race is definitely France. Paul Ricard, second year that this track is back. It was a test track for many years, and it's got these striped paint that slows the car down rather than having like gravel or grass or runoff area. And yeah, I don't know. It's a cool track, but if you've never seen it before, definitely go check it up. Look up Paul Ricard. And shout out to my boy Esteban Ocon, not racing in Formula 1 anymore, and this is his home track. And he's still there with Mercedes as a reserve driver, but I wish he was out there. So shout out to him. And thanks for checking out Formula 1 Update this week. Little long there for you, Don. Sorry. I was in Montreal.
I enjoyed the stories.
Yeah. I figured, I figured we, like I said at the beginning of the show, man, this roundtable is turning into, certainly we talk about more than just wrestling, that's for sure. Yeah. Do you want to get into anything else too crazy? The only thing I thought of, unless you got some stuff off the top of your head, was...
Knock.
I forgot about that.
I didn't, don't worry.
I wrote that down too. Yeah, let's get to that. We might as well, because then I got another quick little wrestling thing after that. So what was this you wanted to talk about Nakamura?
Well, I was going to ask you, do you, I was listening to another show, I don't even remember what the fuck it was, earlier in the week, and they were talking about Nakamura, and then I've been listening, I was thinking about Ryback's career and stuff, and do you think, somebody said this, and I thought about it, I was like, holy fuck, maybe. Do you think that heel turn was the death of Nakamura?
The heel turn at WrestleMania?
Well, when they turned him, when they decided to have him be a bad guy, was it just because it kind of went downhill? They took away a lot of things. Okay, check it out. They took away his cool music,
amazing music
for people to sing along with, and people like to do things. I say this all the time. People like to be a part of it. They took that away. Obviously the merch was, probably not as active or being pushed as much.
Definitely
right?
not. No.
So they take.
I got
these
my
things
pop
away.
vinyl, but
they take all these things away from you, and then it's what are you left with? You're left eventually with nothing. That's what they do to guys. And Ryback spoke about kind of what they did to him when they turned him heel for no reason. They took everything away. No, feed me more. Don't do that. We're taking away your merch, and you're bad now.
You're bad.
So I was thinking about Nakamura and the similarities.
I wouldn't say that it killed him. I think they killed him with creativity.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's just him being a heel, because if it was him being, excuse me.
No, but them taking away everything too, and just you're left with nothing.
Yeah, but is that his character? Or is that him being heel, or is that the opportunities he's being given on TV?
I guess a bit of both. Because
him being heel, the reason I'm saying that is because the way you're describing it is that if he were heel, it couldn't work no matter what. Whereas I think he could work as a heel. Mm-hmm. So it's not that turning him heel killed him. It's just what they did after turning him heel and the lack of that I think really took away from his character. Because what the fuck does he do, man? It's him and Rusev. I can't believe I'm saying this, but both of them should go to AEW and be stars, or go to Japan or something. Maybe Shinsuke should take Rusev with him back to Japan, and they'll be the team. He'll be like, I got Gaijin guy. And this is, I don't know. I just, something. I'm not saying they have to stick together.
Yeah.
No, I don't think the heel turn killed his career. I think what they chose to do with him after, a.k.a. nothing.
But intentionally, that's what I mean. Slowly
you think they tried to kill him with the heel turn?
Well, it's just there's a ceiling. They want you to reach, and when you get to a certain point, it's no.
I think there's a babyface ceiling that they want you to reach. I think as a heel, if you can, if it would have worked, Nakamura heel, and I know what you're saying. No, I just think they're.
No, I'm just saying the guy was he got he got decent reactions from what I remember.
No, exactly, and I think they were all right, that's the cap on your. That's the cap on your babyface. If you want more, you got to see if you can do it as a heel. And I'm not saying that's a good thing. I just think maybe that's their mentality. There's only a select 10 guys that can be a WWE champion babyface.
But this is a part of the problem.
Because he wasn't getting Kofi reactions. We have to be honest here. Yeah, it was a different style of, he was never over like Kofi.
Yeah.
is now or was going into Mania.
Well, I don't know. So I don't even want to agree with that because I don't even think he's like super. I don't know. I don't know about him. I don't think he's like super over.
No, maybe not now. But I'm just saying, Kofi, man, we can all agree if Kofi wasn't given a WWE title shot at WrestleMania, it would have been, people would have thrown their arms up in air and we would still be talking about it. Like that's what, as much as Mania was meh this year, all the things that needed to happen as far as like fans pushing people happened.
Yeah.
Like with Becky and Kofi and even Seth a little bit. Like the things, especially Becky and Kofi, like the stuff that needed to happen happened, which is obviously we're talking 3 months ago now or whatever, but 2 months, I don't know how long.
But I don't know, man. I don't know if it was needed, when I look back on it now too, especially like with Kofi. It's
you don't
just
think,
like,
dude, I feel like you would have not been happy if Kofi would have lost. Like if we go back and talk to Don 2 months ago,
I like Daniel Bryan shit though, and like I don't know, he's just not that good, man. Like he's not like I'm not feeling him as a champ. Like I'm at my limit now. I said 3 months. I don't know if it's been 3 months, but I'm reaching my limits.
Okay, well I got an idea because I heard this on a show and I want to get your opinion of it. And I just thought this was a great fantasy booking idea.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Kofi dropping the WWE Championship to Shane McMahon, the best in the world? Shane McMahon, and wait, I'm not done.
That's hilarious.
Well, Shane is over as fuck right now.
No, it's
dude.
funny because it's the rumors that I was talking about to you. I think off pod or maybe on. I don't remember. But
yeah,
I had Shane McMahon stuff. I've been hearing this all over the place that Shane's going to be the WWE champion soon.
Well, I don't think he's going to be the WWE champion for long. I think he could win that title, and then we get Brock Lesnar's music, and we get babyface Brock Lesnar, guys.
Really? Oh, yeah. Maybe a baby Brock would be cool.
Because baby Brock's coming to save us from the best in the world, Shane McMahon. The almighty evil son of the creator.
Baby Brock.
Now I'm picturing like baby Mario and like baby Luigi. And now I'm picturing like baby Brock. Did they have him on that WWE camp show? He must have been on there.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe not. I could see him being like, you're not putting me on no cartoon.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or like he wants more money if they're going to put him on.
I'm only on one episode, and I want to be paid more than everybody else. I want to be on the finale.
Shane and Brock sounds good, but like I told you,
I don't even mean as a feud. I just mean Brock come in and steal the title from him after Shane wins.
And CM Punk MMA cage match, title, best in the world title on the line.
I've heard that so many times from you now. I don't know if it's recorded or if it was on air or off air or when that was said, but I don't know about that one, Don.
Shane's got that shit, man. He's got them strikes. I think it'd be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah. How about the Saudi Arabia sequel?
No, wait.
Stomping Grounds.
Saudi Super Shit Show number 2. Before I jump on that, I just want to touch on this chain thing you're talking about.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to keep it flowing.
Can Baby Brock be? Can Baby Brock work like with Heyman and shit? I don't know. Like it's not a bad idea. Like I like you saying it. It's got me like it'd be different at least, like something different for Brock. But will he get Baby? Like, will people be into him if he's the champ again and fucks off?
That's just it. Is he going to be the champion and come and fuck off and not be on the show every week as a babyface? Like, that's not going to work at all. It might last 2 fucking weeks.
No, I want him to cash on Kofi. Fuck Shane even getting the belt. He can fight for it or whatever. Like, I'm sure they'll probably do some weird shit like that anyway. They like to do that kind of stuff. I could deal with Brock just being like, yo, Seth, I can't get one over on Seth and just taking a quick one on Kofi.
Yeah, you never know. Is it
Kofi's not? I'm not feeling it, man. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling it, dude. Like they could have done, and even him and Dolph, like their chemistry is not. I can show you a match from like 2012 that probably both of them look better, just wrestling better matches,
better chemistry. Well,
Kofi's not really good on the mic. Like I don't like him, and even his delivery on his promos is not that good. Man.
I'm just not feeling Dolph and like him just getting a title shot out of nowhere. Now he's got a second one because they don't like to do single pay-per-view feuds.
At least Dolph, like I can at least deal with Dolph's delivery on the mic. Like
no,
Kofi
that's fine.
He sucks on the mic, dude. Like he's not a good promo guy at all. Like, and I know
I wouldn't say he sucks, but I would say maybe he's not amongst the top promo guys in WWE. But to say he sucks, I don't know.
He sucks.
Okay,
I think he sucks.
Hey.
Like, I'm just not, I don't know, man.
WWE stands for
I didn't know what sound effect to use. So that.
And shout out, I'm so glad I remembered this now. Shout out to fucking Don Tony for this one. Because what did he call him? He called him like 958 Kofi or something. Now I want to give him a new name, 958 Kofi. Because like right before SmackDown goes off the air, he hits the Trouble in Paradise and he wins the match. Like he gets the shit beat out of him all match long.
And then he hits
Sami Zayn, Blue Thunder 3 fucking whatever times.
That match was good.
Yeah, but then 958. Woo! Hey,
Trouble in
go
Paradise.
Home. 958 Kofi, new name. I'm calling him 958 Kofi from now on. But that's what it is, man. Like those are his matches. Like they're not even. I'm not entertained by that shit. Like,
no, I hear you, man.
And his delivery, dude, is like, fuck. I wish I could pull something up right now. Just fuck. Take the title off this guy, man. Give it to somebody else.
The Don rant.
Yeah, give it to Big E or something.
We
all want it. We're all fucking. Everyone's hard on for Big E turning on him. So fuck, just do it.
Yeah, I feel like they're not going to do that now because of the fact that of that. You know what I mean? And it's going to be so. I feel like it's kind of, but they should do it because of that. But it's so like, oh my God, really? Like you're turning on your boy after all this, like after all the stuff he's done for you, but you never know. Do you want to get into any Stomping Ground stuff? I was thinking you just give me a thumb up, a thumb down, a thumb in the middle of what your hype is for Stomping Grounds right now, and then we'll talk about it maybe next week. If are you going to be here? Maybe we'll see.
I just mean on the pay-per-view, my thumb is down. I'm
talking your excitement level. If you had to give it a thumb up, down, or middle, he's giving me a down, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm not excited.
That's a down.
I'm not excited. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it.
What?
Yeah, it's one of the I don't know if I'm not intrigued enough. The rematch 958. If
Kofi wins the no, they don't.
I know I'm fucking around.
You never know. Anything else, Don?
Seth and Corbin, am I excited for that?
Fuck no. I told you it's Saudi Arabia too. Yeah. I like the logo. We talked about it pre-show on the pre-show inside.
Alien thing, I don't know. Come on.
I like Alexa getting in the ring again, to be honest. I've missed that a little bit.
It's just like a passo. It feels like a pit stop. Just quick, Becky retain your title, Bayley retain your title, Kofi retain your title, Seth retain your title, everybody retain your title, and we'll go to what's next.
What is next? Do we know?
I guess there'll be something before SummerSlam.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Maybe it is Extreme Rules. They haven't done that yet.
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah,
maybe it is.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know how extreme it'll be.
I think we should save whatever else we got next for next week, Don, unless
unless
you want to, I don't know, we can get into the AEW draft stuff unless you want to save that, or I got some Moxley, Kenny Omega. You can give me your quick thoughts on that match.
Oh, yeah, we've seen
out.
that they're having a match.
It's announced.
At All Out, right?
It's official.
Cool.
All Out.
I like it.
Kenny Omega versus John Moxley. Yeah, it'll be fucking wicked.
I like it, man. Two different styles clashing.
Completely different styles. This is and I don't want to use it because it's an overblown out term, but this is a dream match.
Yeah.
This is definitely a dream match.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Younger because I know he's going to be excited for that one for sure. He sent it to us in the group. Mike D, too. He'll be excited. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Any last things? I guess shout out to the St. Louis Blues. A little off topic, but they won the Stanley Cup last night.
Yeah, so. I don't watch hockey, but I'm glad that Boston didn't win. So that's.
I don't feel the same. My uncle's a big Boston fan, so shout out to him.
But Toronto.
Yeah, but I'm not a Toronto fan.
That's just me and the Canadian.
Yeah, no, definitely the Toronto fans were happy that Boston didn't win the Cup. I felt, like I said, I think I said it to you before, I felt like St. Louis was kind of like the Toronto Raptors of the NHL right now, in the sense that everybody was cheering for them, not the Bruins, and they're like a city that maybe quite isn't known for hockey, just like we were maybe not known for basketball, and the whole city's, they're doing crazy shit outside just like we've been. Like this St. Louis has been going nuts. So cool. Shout out to them. Like I said, this show's kind of becoming a little bit more of everything. So figured I'd get that in as well. But I guess that's it, Don.
I guess that's it.
Next week, we will get into that AEW draft because I want your fucking opinions on that. And even if you're not here, you can write them down for me, or maybe I'll give you a call earlier in the week and I can just get a conversation of me and you having your AEW draft, and I can shoot that into the show somewhere.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. But thanks for checking out the show, everybody. This has been the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. This is the Roundtable, episode 41. If you don't already, hit us up on Instagram and Twitter, like I said at the beginning of the show, at PWLookback. Send us an email, prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com. Head over to teespring.com/prowrestlinglookback. You get yourself a nice little tank top. Pro Wrestling Lookback. It's nice and hot out there. At least, well, it is where we are. I don't know where you are, but maybe if it's not hot, you can get yourself a sweater. It's an anniversary sweater. 1 year anniversary.
There you go.
It's got the date that we recorded our first episode. It's pretty cool. Maybe a mug. Coffee, yeah.
You need that. You need that mug.
Maybe you're starting your own podcast and you want a mug with the Pro Wrestling LookBack so you can drink coffee and record your podcast.
There you go.
You never know. But we appreciate anybody who's obviously checked out the show. We thank you for checking it out. If you want, hit me up on Twitter at Salsa, SCELSA.
Hit me up at JustDon44 and go listen to that song. It's up there. It's good.
Yeah, go check it out. This guy's got some fire up there.
Yeah.
Ricky Rude.
There you go.
And we haven't forgot about him. At ZJVY. Go check
he
out.
Retired. He's retired.
I don't know. We're waiting to hear from him. We're getting a contract ready.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I can think of, but check him out if you want as well, at ZJVY93. With all that being said, I guess that's it, Don. We'll catch you guys next week. I hope you're here.
Yeah, man.
We'll get you back. Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast, guys. I'm Nick.
And I'm Donovan, telling you to stay classy.